Hello, very good evening to you. This is Phil Griggs. This is Cafe Clairvoyance. This is a Sunday spiritual show at a slightly later time this evening, over 8 o'clock here in Spain and 7 o'clock to you guys in the UK. And wherever else you are in the world, it's whatever it is, it's an hour later. Anyway, very, very warm evening to you. I hope you're well wherever you are. And let's get on with the show. A very interesting, entertaining show we got lined up for you this evening. Loads to tell you, loads what's going on out there, and loads of stuff you may need to know. Maybe you want to share information and things, maybe you want to gossip away, but whatever it is, we'd love to see you in just a mo. Hello, very good evening to you. I hope you're well out there, guys. I hope your weekend's gone very, very well. And just before the weekend comes to the end, here you go. You got the Cafe Clairvoyance show. So hopefully we're going to make it a fun, entertaining show for you. And yes, it'll be good fun, won't it? Brilliant. Okay, right. So joining me in a short while will be the fabulous medium, spiritual medium. Always great to have her on and always good fun. She's just down here. Look, there it is. There it just is. Helen Grady. That's fantastic. Joining us shortly. And one other information I need to say to you guys. Hey, let's just say hello to everybody. So Ellie says, good evening. Good evening, Ellie. Good evening, Eleni. Lovely, lovely, lovely to see you on the show tonight, as does the lovely Lucy Hinks, who says, hello, lovelies, anyway, as does the wonderful Susanna. So, guys, where are we now? We're almost, dear, halfway through November, and we've just done the Halloween, haven't we? We've also just done the Guy Fawkes, and now the next one is, that's it. You're just going to say it. It's on the tip of your tongue, isn't it? That's it. It's the Tuesday spiritual show that's coming up. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? You thought it was going to be something like Christmas. No. Way before then, you got the rest of the shows here. So you got loads to look forward to. Fun? Good? Happy? Hope you are. During the show, guys, we would like you to do this. Now, because I've got my fabulous friend and colleague and all-round good buddy Helen coming on shortly, I thought what I'd do is I'll give you a very slightly different horoscope thing tonight, and but give you all the details you need to know, things that are relevant, things we need to sort of understand and work with this week. So we're guided by the astrology, and you can understand what the week ahead is about. And it's interesting, actually. There's little bits that go that way and little bits that go that way, but we'll explain it all anyway, like we do on this show here. So you guys will work with it, understand it. Right, okay, so here's the astrology chart. Oh dear. So just doing this, but a lot of you people coming on here, and Paul here. It's Paul's birthday earlier on during the week, so there he was. Just want to say hello. Thanks for reading on Wednesday. All the birthday wishes from everyone, much appreciated. Well, you're very, very welcome. So very welcome it is, and I think you deserve one of these. Yes. And happy Sunday from New York, says Deanne. That's fantastic. And Laura says hi from Norfolk. Now, as we go through the evening here, what I'd just like to start off with the astrology bit here. Now, normally I go through sign by sign, but I'm just going to give you this bit, which explains everything that's going on up there in the astrology. And it's interesting this way because we've got Mars there, which is down in Aries, and it's slowing down. You're thinking here, what do you mean slowing down? All the stuff we've gone through so far with Mars, this Mars energy. What do you mean slowing down? Now what's it going to do? Actually, it's slowing down, going backwards, and it's about to turn around and go forwards, which then you're going to go, yay, fantastic. The only thing is, when it stops, turns around and goes forwards, We all think this abundant energy is going to come flying in. Well, yes, it will do, but it's not going to be super fast. Because imagine, like, for instance, a bit like turning your car around. It's like you're going forwards at 30 miles an hour, or like the way Eleni drives, 50. Anyway, and there you are driving the road, and to turn around, you've got to stop. You've got to do a 3-point turn and come back, in which case it's very slow experience. And this is exactly what it's like with astrology up there. When Mars turns around, it's going to be slow in its turning, but we will start to pick up a little bit of like, ooh, I feel a bit of energy coming back in the air. That's a little bit later on to go through next week. Now, but what we have got though, if I point my finger here, right up the top there, you see the Libra sign there, and you've got a little Venus symbol there. That's happily going through Libra and giving us love. Like that? Love. Yes. How many of you out there have gone and bought some new shoes or some new handbags? I know Paul has. He tells me he likes that quite a lot. That's what he got for one of his birthday presents. Anyway, so he's got that, but also here, what is it you guys have been doing here? Maybe it's something you wanted, maybe you've been out socializing in the restrictions that we have, or maybe you've been out buying clothes or nice things like this, whatever's going on. Anyway, loads going on there. Now, what it's doing this week is going to make an opposition to Mars. Now, Mars is slowing down and it's going to change. Going to start changing here before it turns around and goes forwards. Whilst it's doing this, what it's doing here is this opposition from Venus to Mars going to come up here. Now, some of it here is going to be about the balance of relationships. The balance of relationships, and it's going to be the balance of what we want, what we've got to be like perceived demands. I need to do this, I need to do that, but we've got to think about other people, or we've got to keep thinking at the minute, especially through this time, about keeping a balance with everyone around us. If we do this, then what we're seeing here is we're actually working in cooperation with an aspect which can seem challenging. So the cooperation here is to be mindful of both sides, both choices, both things you're going to see here. But you'll probably find there'll be a lot of demands on your plates here. It's trying to work through it, and in that degree of, I guess you could say, responsibility or fairness and equality, if I put it that way. You're thinking, oh, great. What a great start to the week this is. But, here comes information. The sun is over there in Scorpio, and it's 16 degrees of Scorpio at the moment. And it's interesting here, all the changes we've seen globally, haven't we? Now, it's interesting here what's going on now globally out there. Do we need to mention too much about what's going on globally, especially with changes of power? Change of power that has taken place here. Well, that's a little bit like the Venus-Mars energy here, which has come through, but also it's the sun going through Scorpio, which is bringing up truth. It's bringing up changes, bringing up shock things. It's like, for instance, we didn't expect that was going to happen, or we didn't see that one coming, or the change which is taking place. But the sun is shortly going to make over the next 6 days, 6 days time, it starts to go through a sequence of making very positive links over to Jupiter, Pluto and Saturn. And then you're going to see some vibey stuff start to lift up a little bit. During that time, Mars will start going backwards, it starts going forwards very slowly. So you'll start to see, guys, a little bit of change in energy. And by the time we come on to the shows as we go through the latter end of the week and come into the following week, we'll be asking you guys, what are you noticing? What are you changing? But at the meantime, though, would you guys understand? It's like, what's going on? Do you understand, guys? Like, what's going on out there? What's going on? Why is all this happening? Why are we in this weird phase? Well, a lot of it here is Mars, which has been almost like removing things from us, taking things away, thinking, well, that used to work, but it doesn't anymore, and that used to work, and we used to do this now, and it doesn't work anymore. Well, Mars has been actually reorganizing your life, but actually what we haven't seen, though, is that it's actually turning it round for the better. Now, Puya Lee here. Hello, Puya. I haven't seen you in ages. Now, she's a Libran. Even a Libran here, so a lovely lady from Norfolk. They don't say Norfolk, they say Norfolk. So you feel like a local in Norfolk area if you say Norfolk. Anyway, and she's been a Libran here. Would you understand, really, that you've gone through these, being a Libran yourself here, this nice energy of like, Venus is in my sign, but then you've got this crikey, this exhausting Mars energy of the other side here, thinking, yes, exactly as she says here, working too hard. And this is one of the energies which we may well have been experiencing, guys, is this, we've been working too hard. But that's going to start to change because new balance is coming in. Now balance coming in here. Yes, says yes, a second lockdown. And it depends where we are as to how lockdowns are. Down here, we've got a lockdown, and it's not as difficult as it probably is in the UK. But it's probably everything's got to be coming up to the same, not too distant future here. But it's what we do to change. And Mars is doing this, and although you're thinking here this is exhausting, it's actually working in your favour. Everything works up there, everything works up here in absolutely the energy, the time that it needs to in order for us to adjust and change. Hence, everything that's going on down below here, we're thinking here, oh God, what's it going to be like? But actually, no, we'll all be coming out differently as we come into the latter part of December and going into the new year. Yes, and I think we'll find a lot of changes there. She says, oh good, well, here we are. I'd like to bring some good news here and there. And so that's the main part here. So the initial part here of the week, you're going to feel like here, oh my God, just like Bria says here, I'm exhausted. She just says here, working too hard, and she said earlier on there, and also Priya Eleni, I think, put a lovely post here. She says, oh yes, definitely. She says this. So this is why we're feeling this particular energy. But it will pass, will change, and then but it's interesting to know what changes are actually taking place in your lives here, guys, as to where you're benefiting now. And that would be the interesting point to hear from you as we go through the show, as we do the readings coming up shortly with the lovely, lovely Helen. She's waiting out there in the cold at the moment. I better go and let her in a minute. And she's going to call me a cheeky so-and-so. I know she is. Yes, so that's the main part we need in a minute. So, okay. And I think let's just go and do a little bit of this. And then I think we're better go and get our good friend Helen on the show. Okay, right, let's go and I'm going to get this Emily definitely, because she keeps repeating definitely. You see, she's on the screen, they say definitely. Let's do something else here. Let's do a Lucy. Says, oh, I'm glad it's going to get better. Now we can put definitely back on. Anyway, there we go. Mad, isn't it? Mad. Okay. Let's go and find here. Let's go and find it. Yes, Sue's at the doorbell. I put it on silent earlier on, but I've just switched it back on to see if she's there, and hopefully she's not too cold sat out there. But see if she's there. Ah, there she is. This. I better answer unless we're in line. Okay. Good evening.
Baby, it's cold
outside.
Good evening.
Good evening. One of us is in tune, the other one is not. And I daren't say who, because, well, me. Anyway, great. Lovely to have you back on the show. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Good. Fantastic. And, yes, so you're still out here in Spain, aren't you?
I am for another 2 weeks.
Another 2 weeks.
Yesterday.
Okay, lovely stuff. Okay, good. Okay, and Cheryl says hello, Helen, and Emily says you're so funny. Probably a pain in there somewhere or other. Anyway, so yes, great to see you on. Now, so how have you felt the energy this week? Do you think it's been a bit, how, in fact, just rather than actually try and tell you how it's feeling, how have you felt with it, shall I say?
Well, I felt all right, to be honest. I've been that busy packing the odds and sods that I'd forgotten that I've not had much time to think about it. But I think there's a lot of positive energy about it this moment in time. I know everybody's going on about lockdown, but at least they don't have to walk around with masks on 24 hours like we do.
Oh, dear God, yes.
There's a lot of positive things coming out of these lockdowns, I think.
Guys,
people are proper people now, conversing with one another, looking after their own children, doing things with them instead of letting them sit on electronics.
I think that's sitting on electronics, getting a shock. That's very nice. That is. That's a very nice point of view. So to actually say here, yes, I think you're right that it's nice actually. We can start engaging in it a bit more. So the good thing about lockdown is you don't have to get up in the morning and think, "Where's my mask?" Because you're not going anywhere. So you just think, "I don't have to wear it." Yeah. Down here in Spain, we have to wear it practically 24. No, but every time you step outside the door, you have to wear it because there are lots of down here. But anyway, and so lovely. Anyway, great. Anyway, as you say here, you're saying, "Well, what's the end of the minute?" You're saying it's very good, but you've been very busy. That's part of the energy that's going around at the moment. Is packing, the shifting, and the changes we're going through, because that's what Mars is doing. It's reorganizing everybody, reorganizing things here. Hence, there's going to be that change which you're going through at the moment, where you're going back to England. But yes, anyway. But even though you go back to England, we'll always be together.
I know.
Isn't that nice? Good. So, okay, now we've got a few people here wanting to come through the readings for this evening, and guys out there, we may have some room at the end there if anybody else wants a little reading there. And yes, and loads of your comments here coming through. That says here, she needed a break, lol, and Sandra Park says hi, and she's done the wonderful thing of saying shared. So, guys, if you're coming in on YouTube, if you're coming in on Facebook, whichever channel it is, please press the share button so other people can see that we're out there. Good. Okay, right. Now, mediumship spirit. So the positive energy that you're saying out there at the moment, what would you say the positive energy is? What is this energy? How would you describe it?
Well, I think it's making people look at their lives and seeing how they can readjust. And I think spiritual awakening is a lot now, especially with the younger ones.
That is so interesting, because it's a funny thing, isn't it? Because you always think of spirituality or in spiritual churches, you always go there and you always think it's for a place for the over 60s.
Like up, mate.
I go there and I'm not 60 yet, but it is a little bit. But now you're starting to see more people change into the spiritual awakening and what this is all about. And actually, it's interesting, even working with Guillermo on the Wednesday show, the spiritual astrology show, she's saying here, the astrology says we are going through this change of out with the old and in with the new. I think this is just you're saying here. So how many of you guys out there, spiritually linked, are finding that you're feeling better about yourself spiritually? Although the world out there is very different, how are you feeling in yourself? Because that's the big stuff here. That's the big stuff we're looking at. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to go down the road here whilst you're writing away and the smoke coming off your keypads there as you're writing away with your words. We're going to go down the road shortly and go and do some readings for people and see what's coming through. And right, okay, let's go and have this is good. Sandra, our church often has young children in the congregation, Phil. Well, that's great. You really are starting young. Fantastic. So interesting. Both ends of the scale there. That's absolutely magic. Good. And Deb says she's feeling calm and peaceful here. That's lovely. And we're going to go and find Eleni. Eleni, where are you, Eleni? We want to, I'm not going to put your definitely statement up there again. We're going to go and find you, see Eleni. And she just says, Cafe Clairvoyance, hi. So, Eleni, very, very, very good evening to you. Now, Energy, she's such a lovely soul. She always likes coming on the show. In fact, just about every show she does follow, which is magic. And every now and then, she likes to ask questions. Yeah, questions. Anyway, so let's have a look here and see what's coming up for Eleni this evening. Now, one of her questions here is, she just says here, I love this. What is coming my way? Now, we could sing here, couldn't we? There could be trouble ahead. There could be moonlight and dance. Let's face the music and dance. You got to sing with me, because otherwise I go out of tune. Anyway, so... Okay, Ellie, so what's come my way? So just tuning in a little bit here to you, Ellie, just feeling your vibe, feeling your energy, and just seeing what's come through here. She's gone for the color blue, and blue helps me to get the energy in where I go with the aura. And right. It's now this is interesting, Emily, because the first thing I want to say to you here is a spirit world in their ways of giving information often gives symbology, and one of the symbology things I see around you is a key. A key. So the key is one of two things. It's either a property or it's about opportunity. The old word, where it used to be a bit Romany, was when you say, you're coming into luck. But now I want to say this is opportunity. So opportunities are coming up around you. Now also here, would you understand here, there's going to be a lot of discussions around your children. I see children here with you, and a lot of discussions around them about what you're going to be doing here over the next few months and where you want to go. And this is going to be interesting, because I think here this is going to be a changing time around you. But would you understand it? We've got to do one thing or another, because there's a decision, which is why the key's here. And it's also here. It's interesting you're wearing a pink top there, but a lighter pink is what I see around you. So, which is all about love. It's all about energy here, but it's all about being, do you know what, whatever decision you're going to make, do you know what, Ernie? You're safe. You're very safe. So if you decide you want to go ahead, then go ahead. If you want to decide you want to stick, then stick. Whatever it is, you're safe. That's the big thing I want to tell you here, because pink is very loving, very protective. It's going to make things feel very good. But don't fear change, and don't fear whatever it is you want to go and do. But the key is either property, opportunity, but the pink aura around you is beautiful. Now that's partly I see here, and I'm going to pop over the road to Albia in Spain. I'm going to have a word with my good buddy Helen. And Helen, what would you like to say?
Well, first of all, as you know, I've had some information. I don't know if this is for Eleni, but it's for somebody out there called Jackie, because there was a lady shouting for Jackie on the earth plane, and they said it was her mother, and she just said, open the boot of the car. So I'll just give that off first, and then connect with Eleni.
Okay.
As I connect with Eleni, I've got a gentleman coming forward now. And I mean, a big man, full of life, he's saying he's not your father, but he's connected with your father. Give me a name. No, he's not giving me his name yet, but I'll just give you his personality. He's a dapper. Oh, yes, he's a dapper. I would think he was a bit of a ladies' man. Very smooth, very smart. And he's telling me to tell you, stop dithering, just go and do it. The name Peter connects with him. And he's saying, just do it. Stop mithering, asking questions. Stop going back, asking everybody else for a decision. Make the decision yourself. If he was here, he'd tell you off and he'd say, just do it, will you? And stop mithering around. The name Anne connects with him. He's also telling me that he was spirited away. I don't know what that means, but just take that. He believes in the spirit world because he knows, he's seen them as well. You need to get your spirituality your spirituality more going, then you'd stop all this mithering, wondering, because your inner voice, your spirit, your intuition will tell you exactly what to do. If he was here, he'd tell you exactly what to do.
Brilliant.
Now then. There's a Leonard Cohen song called Like a Bird on the Wire, in with my choir. He's telling, you're like this bird on the wire. You're just sitting there, bouncing along, waiting for everybody else to tell you what to do. Just do something for yourself once in a lifetime, will you please? And as he says that, there's a lady coming through as well, and she's like this. I want to say a bit of a battle axe. And she'd shrug her shoulders like this, quite a busty lady. And she's agreeing with him. Apparently they didn't really agree on the earth plane, but she's agreeing with him here now. Please listen to yourself and do what your inner voice tells you. And with that, he's just took a handkerchief out and waved it like this. Bye-bye.
This is so interesting. So interesting you bring this up here because, Ellie, I think with this pink aura around you, it's. I know you said here earlier on that you're right. I want to feel safe. But the thing here is, even with decisions that you make in front of you, and I think even your children will be almost saying to you, your family will be saying to you, "Go on, go on, go." The pink aura says here, "You're safe." To say so, and I totally agree. Then I know that your journey has brought you up to a certain point there, Eleni, that you're looking about where you want to live. In 10 years' time, you don't want to look back and think, did I write? If you didn't make the move, you'll look back in 10 years' time and think, damn, I missed an opportunity. The pink is safe. The key here, I see the key. It's you got opportunities. Go and take them. Go and take them. But you'll be safe. You'll be very, very safe. Brilliant. Okay. Thank you, Eleni. Thank you so much, and hopefully that's helped you out. Now, Kerry Burville. She's contacted us, and she's given us the colour yellow, and she says, "Is my dad okay? Is my dad okay?" So rather than just saying yes, your dad's fine, we need to find out a little bit more about your dad's, which we're going to work with now. And it's interesting here. No, cracky, right? This is interesting here. The straight way I do this, I get this gentleman's arm straight through beside me here, and you know those wrist chains you used to wear, like the linked chains with like a nameplate on or something like this. This man gives me this hand here, and it's interesting here because he gives me both hands like this. And I don't think he's dancing, but he showed me here he had talent with both hands. Both hands here, like maybe he could write with both hands. For instance, some people are ambidextrous, I think that's what it's called, having the ability to do things with both hands. And he showed me this here, and also I get this very nice chap, very certain. He may have had a mooey, very thin lips, very mooey or something around his face here. Just showed me this, quite dark hair, and he also wants to give me an M to do this name, like Martin or someone like this here, and he also wants to give me here to say he wasn't a particularly tall guy, but there was a bit of charisma about this guy when he was young. He's right behind me, coming through for you. And Kerry, what also he wants to say to me here, he says he's absolutely fine. He says he had a lot of chest problems, and we pick up one here, and I think some of it was due to the old tobacco and stuff, or tobacco related. And he also wants to say to me, he says he's over the moon to come over and talk to you. In fact, he's around you a lot of the time here. Now, the previous reading was about, which I felt here to do with Emily, was about doing a home move. With your one here, it's about, would you understand, Kerry, about changes within your home, about changes in that particular way? That'd be great to hear from you if you either are watching this now or whether you get to watch this on a catch-up. But I know you wrote in here, we'll be happy to work out there. But this guy really wants to come through, showing charisma here. And he also wants, oh my goodness, he also wants to show me here, Kerry. I've got to say this to you. Would you understand here that there was a lovely, lovely holiday, which I pick up was to a beautiful island location, which the sense of this gives very much a Caribbean feel. Very much a Caribbean feel. And he's just trying to... Yeah, I'm not too sure if it is, but it gives me that feel. He's just going like this. I'm not too sure it is. But he also said to me here, he says, yeah, there was something that you're going to go and do, but it didn't actually happen. But maybe due to the recent times. But he says, do not lose that picture. Do not lose the picture of what you want. So that's why I pick up Kerry. And I'm going to shoot down the road now. I'm going to have word with good friend Helen. Helen, is there anything you would like to add, please? Wherever you pick up around Kerry, whether it's a dad or information about a dad from other people, whatever, how it comes through.
Well, actually, I had a lady come through first. Okay. And she brought a bowl of porridge in with her. And then she put her hand back and she brought a man in. He was a bit reluctant to come and she dragged him in. And said, the sunshine, the colour that the lady has picked here, is it Kerry? Yes. Gentlemen love the sunshine. And he's told me to tell her to wipe her tears, blow her nose, and just get on with life. Yeah. Yeah. But the lady stood next to him that brought him in is stirring the porridge. Now, whether the porridge is significant for the lady, it's not for me to interpret. I have to give it to him as it is. Now, she brought another lady through with her then that is connected with the gentleman. And this lady is slim fitting, I want to say, and I've got trouble round down, not me gastric as my stomach, but in the bowel area. she's rubbing her tummy like where her bowel is. And she's saying that Kerry here on the earth plane is having a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
Well, it's all because you're overthinking. You're overthinking. This is what she's telling me. Yes, it is this lady's father. It is this lady's father that's come through. And it's him that has told to wipe the tears, blow the nose and get on with it. Because it's no use looking back, I have to say.
Okay.
If I said there were few regrets and things that unsaid things, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. It's gone. It's gone. Just think of the time ahead that you've got for you and the family. Because he'll be watching all the time, the time. And as he does that, he put a pair of glasses on me, but then he took them off and then put them on again and took them off. And they were falling and fiddling and fixing. So whether this is how he was when he was on the earth plane, the glasses weren't always right. And I've just been told to say life isn't always right. There's not a right and there's a wrong. You have to wait and look for things yourself and decide for yourself what is right.
Oh, that's beautiful. That I agree. I love that energy.
You know, with like a bugle, not a trumpet. So whether he played an instrument or he had connections with a bugler, because he's blowing the horn, like did he?
Yeah. Brilliant. I think it's interesting, isn't it, that when we overthink about things, that sometimes things go on in our bodies because we're overthinking. Whether it's when it's like picking up, for instance, as you say about stomach worries, when you get butterflies in your stomach because you over worry, or when you're carrying on too much responsibility, it's like, oh God, why are my shoulders aching? Yeah, we're overdoing things in our minds and then doing too much. So yes, brilliant. Yes, I get the bit about the uniform as well here. He's also there with me. He says that if there was a forces relationship to him, I also pick up to do like plumbing as well. Plumbing and pipes, and this he wants to tell me. But yes, lovely messages though. I think I agree with you. I think it's where she should move on a little bit. Okay. Let's go down the road now, and let's go and have a word with a lovely lady called Helen. I'm going to go and find her here, and just have a little look, and where she is. I think she's up here somewhere. And if not, Helen, are you there? Are you there? I think she's out there somewhere. But anyway, we'll start talking about it as we're working here. Then we come back to some of you guys shortly. Helen was actually asking here, should she change her job? Should she change her job? Should she stick with it, change her job? Not too sure which way is the right way to go, and if she's doing the right thing. She's in a bit of a pickle at the moment, wondering which way to go. So Helen, just picking up on your energy just at the moment here, the way this is working with you at the moment. Let's have a little look at this. Oh, hang on a minute, beg your pardon. I did go around a funny way there. I do pick up. Sorry about that. Oops, the producer's going to go mad at me because I've got the numbers a bit mixed up there. But Helen, yes, you're the last one, but that's okay. We're just bringing it through. Now, with your energy here, should you change your job? Should you stick where you are? Helen, it's an interesting one here. Would you understand here that part of the concerns that you've actually got with this particular job, so job that you're going through at the moment, is it's not just about job relations. It's not just about jobs. It's not just about what's going on there. There's a lot of other things going around as well, aren't there? This is what they want to show me here, Helen. And this is where I pick up here that you may go through some challenging times around you. But I get a feeling here, would you understand here that there's a lot of change that you've got to go through yourself, Helen? Because then I think here that you're going to feel more on top of the moon and feel better about where you are. I think this is what's important for you. And I've actually got a lady here. A lady here wants to come through. In fact, here I've got two sisters, lady and two sisters. A lady and two sisters here who want to come through and chat. And they're saying at the moment here, it's almost like you've got to, would you understand it? It's like looking at the balance of things around you, looking at like eggs on a tray, like put 3 in there and 3 in there, or 4 in there and 2 in there. What's going to balance out and which is the right way to do things here? Would you understand here as well? She's writing things there. She's writing things out here, like for instance, for you to write things down, to try and work things out for yourself about what you're doing and where you're going. And here she is. Yes. Hello, Helen. Yes. And So would you understand this? Would you understand about this energy about, yes, she says totally. And this is what they're saying to me here is that need to really work through this. But she's saying to me here, says, before you make a decision about your work is other areas. But the important bit here is what is it you've got to let go of career-wise? Now, it doesn't mean to say about change your job in order for you to go forwards and find a better career life better. It's almost as though, for example, okay, it's almost like owning a restaurant, isn't it? And these current times here, you've got to adjust. Yeah, you've got to adjust here to move forwards to new times. Maybe you've got to, it's like working with a job you used to work directly with the public, and now you've got to work online. It's very, very different. But this is what they're saying to me here. It's about changing your ways here, and also what is it you're holding on to, and you're feeling here you're letting people down, or you're letting something down here. You're not. It's about, do you know what? It's about, the funny thing to say, surrendering. Surrendering to say here, do you know what? Just let things go for a while before you make choices. But before we do that, Helen, let's go and pop down the road and let's go and have a word with the other Helen.
Right, as you were talking there, I had a gentleman come forward. He wasn't very old, and he was just sat on the chair here with me, and I feel he suffered with not bouts of depression, but dark moods sometimes. I've been told his passing wasn't straightforward as people thought, but he'd just like to say thank you to this Helen. A listening ear sometimes is better than physically doing things. And this lady, I feel, listen to this gentleman. He's still, how should I put it? He was a nervy type, because he's making me touch my hands all my time, and as though I have to think of what I'm going to say. And he'd like to thank this lady because she doesn't realise what she did for him.
Okay.
Phil and Paul connect with him. I don't know if it's it, one of them's his names, but that's the names that he's given me to tell her. Now then, I'm seeing rows and rows of lettuces. Why, I don't know, in the ground. Lots and lots of lettuces. The lady will understand it. I don't.
Okay.
Now then, I'm being told, I'm hearing that song, please release me, let me go. So whether somebody wants to be released and, finally let me go kind of thing, because the music trailed off as the gentleman, now he's plopped back down again. Now he's telling me that he's fine. He really is fine. Unfortunately in life, things didn't go according to plan as he wanted, but he's hunky-dory now and everything's smooth and he just can't believe it. No more worrying about him. No more worrying. He's absolutely fine. And then he's just given me like a pair of earrings, but they're like seashells, little tiny, them white beigey coloured shells, and just give them me to put in her ears.
Terrific. Terrific. That's lovely. That's lovely. It's interesting you're saying there, and I think about the letting go is the important part here. And I think sometimes when we let go, we can also feel it's almost like a rejection. I feel like a rejection's been going around you, or like you got to let go to move on. But this is the even in the astrology at the moment, it's about moving on and changing, letting go to move forwards. And sometimes it can make us feel alone. Even if you've got people around us, we can still feel this sort of energy. And this is what I'm feeling around you. And Helen, I think what you said there was very poignant, very, 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 very good there. So Helen says, thank you. You're so welcome. And hopefully we helped you out there. Brilliant. Okay, right, to get back on track now, without jumping the list, to help itself out here, let's go down the road. Let's go and speak to Jane Margaret Searle. What a lovely name. Jane Margaret Searle. Are you out there? Jane Margaret Searle, you're out there. In fact, I'm just put my glasses here to see if your name's out here. But if it isn't, do not worry, because we'll soon find you. Okay, Jane. Now this is an interesting one here, and I just talk about this a little while because I think it's very, very nice. She wants to come through, and she's gone for the colour green. First of all, she says, "Will my daughter and I find what's missing for each of us? Will my daughter and I find out what's missing for each of us?" And in some respects, I'm almost like thinking it's almost like something that ties up both for you. But then I'm not so sure about that. It's almost like there's almost like but it's something you both need together. But is it? It could be two completely different things. And yes, and it's something about holding on and moving on. If I get that, holding on and moving on. I got this here, and it's interesting here. Would you like to take the lead on this? Will you be happy to take the lead on this if you pick up anything? And if you don't, I'll keep talking.
Oh, me.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hello, Helen. Yes. Hello, me.
Oh, well, while you were talking, then I actually got a young and an old energy. One's a male and one's a female. I can't quite make out which is which because they're that close, and the two of them have come through together. Yeah. I have to say it's poignant because of the young energy and the older energy, but two females that's asking the questions. I've got the male and the female young that will try to give the answers.
Yeah.
Now, can I just say that things were very deep, very deep. Answers weren't actually told correctly. Come on. The name Margaret connects with this. I'll just give the reading as the messages come through for me. Now, I'm opening a bottle of cough medicine and I'm swigging the cough medicine. Not saying who it is because I don't know. I just can't decipher the energies. They're like glued together. So one's swigging cough medicine and putting it down. Right. I also have Nana shouted out. So Nana's coming forward now. From the female side of the family, I'm being told. So obviously that's their mother's side of the family. Right. I'm clapping now. Somebody needs to be congratulated on what they've done. And if she was here, she'd be doing it, saying, "Well done, love, well done."
Okay.
Stop biting your nails now. Stop biting your nails. But she's still clapping even though she's given the message. So I feel that this lady tended to repeat herself a little bit. You know, she'd say things and then repeat it again. She'd do something, she'd repeat it again. Not that she'd lost her marbles or anything, because that's how she'd talk, but very forgetful. It was like short-term memory loss. Short-term. And she makes me feel lovely, though, because she wasn't always like that, she was saying. She was cute, she was astute, she could give an answer to anything, any question anybody asked her. And she's saying to this lady that's written into you now, she could answer her own questions. She doesn't need to ask anyone else. Answer your own question because she used to and you can.
Yeah.
Right, she's telling me to beware of somebody with lying eyes.
Oh.
Just heard the song, "You Can't Believe Those Lying Eyes." Just be wary of the lying eyes. She's given me now the most beautiful pair of emerald green earrings. Another set, that's 2 sets of earrings in one go.
You open a jewellery shop, you are.
And green is, for me, is emotions and the heart. And I feel that this is what's needed around this person. It's more emotional healing than needing physical things and trying to change things. Yes, you will get your answer.
Would you understand here as well? I think that's lovely there, Jane, and I think hopefully that's helped you out here. But would you understand here one of you working in like a care line, like for instance nursing, caring, something like that? But it's not the same job. I don't think you want the same jobs, or you don't have the same interest in that respect. But there's going to be a feeling here, especially around you, Jane. I believe this is you. I think you're going to have a real feeling of sense of being needed. And so if you're looking for what you're looking for, what's going to find you? Yes, I think that sense of being needed in the job you're going to do. I think your daughter will, she's a free spirit. more of a spirit. I think she'll go and do her own thing anyway, but it won't be the same as you. Yes. Okay. Right. Let's go and do a little bit of. Oh, just find that there. Yeah. Let's. Yes. Let's go pop down the road. Let's go and have another look here. So again, just before we do that, let's do a little bit of this. Okay, back now. Let's go into Bedfordshire. Let's go and have a very nice chat with a lady called Lucy. Lucy Hinks. Hello, Lucy. How you doing? Hope you're well out there. Hope you're well. And Lucy writes in. She just says here, oh, she just needs a bit of lifting. She just needs to know everything's okay, and she needs to know everything's all right. She just says here, purple and a general reading. But as soon as someone says the colour purple to me, I often think here, oh, you're connected spiritually. There's a little bit with you, young lady. Yes. And that there's an energy around you here that says here, you have a little sparkle about you, and that there's this spirit connection with you. Now, interestingly, I was saying that here, they laugh over the back here. They're laughing, but they're laughing with you. They're not laughing at you. But the first thing I hear from the spirit world here is yes, your mother. Your mother, she wants to come straight through here. But loads of other people over there who are very, very happy, including a grandfather who was a very cheeky chappy, but also he also used to be a terrible mobility, but he's trying here. He did his best to walk. He kept doing his best here to walk and to keep active and to keep himself very positive there. So he was absolutely trying to keep himself in that positive limelight there. This is what he's doing as he's showing himself here to me here. And but first of all, they want to show me here with this purple color. I get the feeling here that you're almost going to think here that some of the plans that you're trying to make or where you're trying to go in your life in front of you, almost like it just seems like, is it far off? Is everything going to be all right? Is everything all right? And but there's going to be some glimmer of hope coming up soon. And especially when November, Lord, my whole family are cheeky. This chap was definitely cheeky because he showed me, but he was standing up. He says, "Yeah, I did not want to be a chap pushed around in a wheelchair. He always wants to have his own mobility to him." And his wife is there, like going, "Oh my God, here he goes again. Here he goes again. He's off. He's off." It's almost like that would be your grandmother. And so they're saying to me here this, and he just almost he's got a very short name. Very short name around in there, Lucy. And I always pick up and it's interesting. Would you understand Ed or Edward over there? Because this guy's given me his name. Who he's connected in this name same way here. Because he wants to go through and say this. He's also shown me he wants to come through as well. Yes, my granddad was so independent. Yeah, really feel it there because he says, I'm not going to sit down and be pushed around with everybody on a wheelchair or anything like this. He always wanted to be by himself. But they're telling me here, you may feel at the moment like, oh God, is everything all right? Is everything going to be okay? Ernie. We got the E. Okay, I thought it was Eddie, but Ernie. Okay, brilliant. But he's telling me here, he wants to he's actually stepping forwards to you. And he's showing to me here, he just picks up a walking stick and he points it in a direction that you're going. And he winks at you like this and say here, keep on going. Keep on going. Now, the reason why he's saying this to me here is, and he's tapping me on the shoulder. He says, oi, let me have a word. Let me have a word. He's quite funny. Quite a funny guy. Yeah, really pick up his energy. Would you understand here that you're going to catch some people out, especially women? You're going to catch some people out. And because it's not devious, I don't mean anything like that, but would you understand here, the way people put things through, what they're saying is not what they really mean. And he says, coming up, you're going to see this, whether this is in the next couple of weeks, whatever it is, but coming up, you're going to see this. And it's people you're thinking, they always tell me they want such and such, when they don't, they want something else. But what it's doing here is it confuses you. It's confusing you because it's your link with these people, whether it's family related or not. And they're showing me here to say to you that you're going to get a bit of like, oh, I got a bit of freedom now. It's all okay. It's all okay. You know that those times sometimes you think people need that extra special help because, oh, they're in terrible times or so sad or they want in loads of hugs and things like this. Actually, you'll be told here, no. That's what they don't want, because they're okay. They're okay. And sometimes we think people want something when they don't. They want something else. So this is interesting here. And I think what you're going to find here is that as you start to go through, he's just telling me here, he's really telling me, in fact, there's a few granddads here. There's 2 granddads here now, but they're shown to be here. As you're going through December here, there's going to be some very interesting things revealed. Not only going to be revealed, but they awaken you. Very interesting things revealed about people, about your situation, which makes you feel strong, independent, and happier. And you'll feel very good about yourself. On that note, I'll push you down the road to my good friend Helen. And what would you like to say, Helen? Anything at all?
Well, as you were talking then, I had a young lad come through, a soldier, and also caught was 83. I presume it was the year he was born. I shouldn't presume 83, or he had connections with the number 83. It's not directly connected to Lucy, but she knows the family. And he's just said to me, I'm dying for a coffee. He said, but it's a bit late because I've already gone. And he's got a wicked sense of humour. The colour red connects with him. His favourite colour. It's just that if you go and ask, she knows the family from who he's passed from. He's a bit nervous at coming through, because if you'd have asked him about all this, he'd have thought it was a lot of kibosh. But he's quite nervous coming through because he wants to say things. His mother has actually seen him. His mother's seen him. And he's making me stroke here. So whether he liked to have a little bit of, should we say, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock shadow when he wasn't, he was on leave. He liked to just leave it for a little bit. The 7th connects with him, whether it's the 7th month or the number 7. I'm just getting fragments because he's not forthcoming with his information. Come on then, come on. Oh, and I've just been given, like those white fluffy dogs, like, are they called Boujons or Friesians? I don't know. Them wiry, woolly.
Yes, I think another one. Yes, well, I know what you mean.
And he's stroking it, and he said, I love dogs. And he's just
beautiful
all the time. This lad's mother needs to be told that he's been through, please, because she'll be delighted.
That's nice.
Might give me a name or something. I just got a figment of, not his, Jim. I got the name Jim, not Jimmy. Jim came through. Give me anything else. Right. He's saying to this, is it Lucy? Lucy last it was fantastic. Lucy's over. So I feel as though she's, overstretched and ready to go ping. Something's bothering her that she feels is taxing her and overstretching her. But he's saying to me, you don't have to let go and let it go ping. You can just let it go slowly and it'll go back into shape.
Oh, lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. Yes.
And then Robert was shouted out as well.
Ah, okay. There's a few over there, Lucy. There really is quite a gang over there. But it is interesting here. I just get the feeling where you're going in your future in front of you and just needing sometimes just see what's coming up. Don't you worry. I think you're going to have quite an awakening, but a very happy time. And they're happy for you over there. So it's nice when you get that. Really, really nice. Right, we're going to pop up to Norfolk. And I know you came in a bit later on, Pierre, but we'd love to do this because I really pick up on you at the moment. And we will come back to someone else in just a second. But Pierre, hello. Says, am I making the right decisions on a career move? Am I going the right way? Well, that's interesting. Let's have a look here. Because, Pierre, what I'd like to say to you here is would you understand here that sometimes you're getting completely muddled or fuddle-tied in the language that you're talking? It's almost like you're thinking, what it is you're trying to do, what it is you're trying to change your life. It's almost like what your brain's thinking to what you're talking is sometimes, oh, I'm confused, I'm completely baffled, and it's almost like it's even people around you saying here, Priya, what do you want to go and do? She says yes. She says yes, yes, and this is what they're actually telling me at the moment. I've got a lovely, lovely lady here, and she wants to snuggle very close to me here. She says here, she wants to be very. She says that she was a very precise lady, a very precise lady. She liked things done to the T. She's very well made up. She looks absolutely beautiful, and she's very honoured and very proud to come through. And she says here that she had a health problem on the left side of her body. I'm not a doctor and I don't look anything to be like that, but there's something here that may be mind related, that may have been something like perhaps a stroke, something like this that may have been around before it took her over or before she passed, whatever it was. Anyway, what she wants to say to me here, she says here, would you understand, rather than going forwards, would you understand, stand backwards? Would you understand here, sometimes you're thinking here, whoa, 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 hold on a minute, like put your foot on the brake and just take it easy for a minute. I am the reason why they're saying this to me here, because you're going to be offered here, and sometimes you've got to listen, observe, and see what's being offered to you, rather than you making decisions at the minute. But interesting, what they're saying to me here is just, whoa, hold back and see what's coming to you. She says yes. She says yes, and yeah, and this is, so I just got to say to you, just hold back. They're also telling me, would you understand about your health, please? They're also saying here, you just need to slow down just a minute. Don't get over worried. Don't get over anxious here. They're just saying here, just hold on back. And this is how they like to put this across. And this lovely lady here, she says, everything's going to be okay around you. And she also says she knows you're worrying about money, but she also says to me here, you won't need to worry about money. So that's what I need to say to you. And I'd like to pop down the road to go and have a little word with my good friend Helen, see what she'd like to say. Anything you'd like to say to Helen?
Well, first of all, they have the name Frank shouted from the spirit world. But instead of a man coming, a lady came through. She wasn't very big, but she didn't have to be, and being told. She's making me aware that a chest here, she suffered with a chest, and I don't really mean her lungs. Come on. Right, she's telling me to tell this person on the earth plane, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, because you can be at times, and being told. Now, this lady, I want to say, is a bit of a little tartar, if you'd understand that. She might not be big in stature, but by X, she'd wipe the floor with you with her tongue. Because she's saying, go on, tell her. But she's making me tell you and not her to come right forward. So I feel that she would get somebody else to fire the bullets for her. So she would look the good one and not the bad one, even though it was her that was giving the information. And she's making me laugh. Right, she's talking about two sisters in the spirit world, because she's saying two sisters. But she's changing my hair colour. I want to have very black hair. Oh, God. I mean, look at mine. But I just got an image then of very black hair. Now, then the name Vera connects. Whether it's just on a friendship link, I'm not too sure. Great thinker, this lady. She did think before she said things, although she got other people sometimes to say it for her. She did think about the consequences. And she's telling me to say to this person that the message is for, you've got to think about the consequences. And again, she says, don't be stupid. Don't jump out the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah.
Because that's what will happen if you don't think.
Yeah.
She's telling me that in a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Very interesting.
You know what I can smell? Do you know plain but salted crisps? You know the salt one. I feel as though she's opened a big bag of crisps and put it under my nose for me to smell the salt on it. and laughing. So obviously there's a great connection with crisps, especially salted ones.
She goes, I think she means that she likes them.
Oh,
Things
yeah,
that make
yeah.
you go, yes.
Yeah. Right. What else do you want? Oh, party balloons, she's telling me. So there's a celebration coming up. I know we're not supposed to, but if she was here, she'd have the celebration anyway. November, March, and September, in that order she's giving me. Celebrations, whether it be a birthday or a passing date, but they're the connections that she has. Now then, keep that closed, love. Keep that closed, because if you don't, the repercussions can be a bit more like a tidal wave rather than a trickle that you think it's going to be.
Okay.
And on that note, she steps back.
Okay. Says, I've bought a new car. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. Let's give you a little round of applause. A little round of applause for a new car. Now, just to say to you guys here, we're going to change things a little bit in front of us. This is the last Sunday show we're going to do, because we're going to introduce two midweek shows due to demands midweek, which are going to be for the UK, the US, and Australia. So what we're going to be doing, guys, you'll see the Sunday show disappear. We'll write it up. We'll put all the new show times up, and you'll still be able to get involved with them. Some will be in the daytime. One be in the daytime here, and one be in the evening time. But it just makes things a little easier and more functional to work with this. And sometimes, you know, we all have to change it a bit to adapt. Otherwise, it won't work out for us. So it'll be something which is going to work out for you, though, because you'll still be able to see us, whether you can watch us during the day or watch us in the evening. You'll see the shows there coming up. And but I just want to say, we're sorry we couldn't get round to read for everybody. I know that just coming back up here, and I just saw there just earlier. I'm just looking. No. Oh, there's it. Helen Graham. I know that you're waiting for a reading there. I just saw your message there. But we'll do that for you. We'll do that for you probably on the Wednesday show. If you'd like to send through your details, your astrology details, we'll pass that through for the Wednesday show. If you'd like to do that, just give us a message. And but in the meantime, now, guys, you'll hear about everything. You'll see everything. But Helen, what can I say? You'll be joining us on some of the midweek shows, and really look forward to that. And look forward to seeing you guys.
At the right time.
Oh, yeah, we had a bit of a technical error tonight, guys. So unfortunately, we couldn't do it at 7 o'clock, but we did it at 8 o'clock. But anyway, guys, see you very, 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 very soon. See you. The next show is going to be on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, where I'm talking to a chap who does funerals. That's going to be interesting. Funerals are going to be very interesting. And he's got a really, really interesting view on passing over death and the way funerals are. Really interesting. And he's a lovely, lovely, lovely guy. We'll give you all those details there very soon. But just wanted to say thank you so much for coming through, and see you guys very soon. And to everybody out there, thank you very much for joining us. To the producer, Deborah, I just want to say a big thank you for producing the show. To my very, very good friend, Helen, thank you very much for coming on. And to you guys out there, bless you. We love you. We love you, love you. Hearts and burgers. Love, it's all love. It's all love. Even burgers are. It's all love. Paul says, bye, Debs. Fantastic. Okay, see you guys very, very, very soon. In the meantime, have a lovely evening, wherever you are.